Well, good morning, everyone. I hope y'all are doing well. It's Tuesday. Our week is just getting started, but we have beautiful weather, and the beginning of the week means it's a fresh new start. Let's go ahead and set our intention for the day and for the week, and think about what we want to feel, what we want to get for our practice, where we want our minds to be on and off of our mat after class. And I always try to think about what kind of energy I want other people to get from me that are around me, whether it's negative or positive, uplifting, encouraging. So go ahead and close your eyes, come to a comfortable seated position. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe wiggle your sides so you can sit up nice and tall. Wiggle your head side to side. And then let's take a few shoulder rolls here. And then let the shoulders relax down the back. The chest is lifted. Let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Fill up the belly, let it expand like a balloon. Let the chest lift. Sit up even taller. And then open the mouth and exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale. Fill up the belly. Send that breath to your chest. Lengthen up nice and long. Hold it at the top. Open the mouth and exhale. And you can flutter your eyes open when you're ready. Let's take a few seated cat and cows. So as you inhale, reach the arms behind you. Send your chest forward. You can drop the hands behind you and take your gaze up. Just let your head fall back. And then as you exhale, round the back, reaching around as if you're grabbing a beach ball here. Release the neck. Inhale, reach the arms back. Lift your gaze up. Exhale, hollow out, round the back. Inhale, reach back, lift up. And exhale, round it forward. One more time. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. And release the fingertips on the ground in front of you. And keeping both sit bones on the mat. Just walk your fingertips forward, relax the shoulders, relax the elbows. So a nice passive fold here. And then let's release the neck, just dropping it and stretching it from one side to the other. And as you go through center, exhale. And inhale, lift it to the side. And then exhale through center. Inhale, lift it to the other side one more time, both ways. And then walk your hands back in. Let's take a gentle twist here. So right hand comes behind you, left hand on the outside of your right knee. And take your gaze behind your right shoulder, over your right shoulder. Sit up nice and tall. With each exhale, maybe twist a little bit further, reaching your chest towards the back. And then keeping your upper body where it is, take your gaze over your left shoulder. And then unwind out of that. And let's switch feet. It's always difficult for me to figure out which one. So awkward, right? My daughter calls this crisscross applesauce. All right, so let's go ahead and walk the fingertips out towards the top of the mat. My left knee is sitting up much higher. And trying to keep those sit bones on the mat on this side feels completely different. This time, let's lift the elbows, dig the fingertips into the mat, and then draw the shoulders down the back. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Take a few breaths here. And slowly walk the hands back in, and let's take a gentle twist to the other side. Right hand on the outside of the left knee. Place the left hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall. If you're still a little stiff because you just woke up, you may not twist as far, be able to move your head that far just yet. Completely fine, nice and gentle. And then take your gaze back over your front shoulder, keeping your upper body in a twist here. All right, and then let's release it, shake it out. Let's be in tabletop position here. Go ahead and step the right foot back. So navel is lifted to spine, spread the fingers wide. Long spine. And begin to shift forward and back. So as you shift forward, inhale. Reach forward with the crown of your head. Exhale, swing the heel towards the back, feeling a calf stretch. Inhale forward. And exhale, press the heel towards the back. One more time. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Shift all of your weight into the ball of that back foot. Cover the left knee off and kickstand that foot out to the side and reach the top arm up into a modified side plank here. So your left shoulder is stacked right on top of your left wrist and your hips are in line with each other. And then drop that top arm over your ear, reaching it all the way to the top of your mat. And then let's roll it back over, shift your weight into that back ball of your foot, and then release the knee down, coming into tabletop position. And then let's go ahead and step the left foot back. Press the ball of the foot to the mat. Navel is nice and lifted. And inhale, shift forward. And exhale, press it back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Shift your weight into the ball of that foot. Cover the right knee up and kickstand that foot out. And come into a modified side plank, reaching out nice and tall. Feel as if your fingertips are being lifted or pulled up. And then drop that top arm over your ear, reaching towards the top of your mat. And then roll it back over and hover that bottom knee, set it down and step the other one back in. And let's tuck the toes and come up, sitting up on your knees and your toes are tucked. I'll stay facing this way here. We're going to take a few flying camels. And whenever you come into camel pose, I want you to think about lifting your chest to the sky versus shoving your hips forward. So we're going to protect our low back. So toes are tucked. Let's roll the shoulders back. And then all I want you to do is take your gaze up. Imagine expanding your heart forward. And then come to a neutral position. If you would like to, you can keep your toes tucked or go ahead and come onto the tops of your feet. Reach the right hand to the right heel and then reach the left arm up and over. Take your gaze up here. And exhale, swing that down through center. And let's come to the other side. Toes can be tucked or on the top of that foot. So reach for your left heel, sweep the right arm up and back. Breathe here. And then exhale, bring it through center. So we're gonna go one breath, one movement this time, toes tucked or on the top of the feet. So inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, sweep it through center. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale, sweep it through center. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, last time. And exhale. Let's go ahead and come into tabletop position. Tuck the toes and come into downward facing dog. And let's make sure our length is nice and in line. So go ahead and peel out into a high plank. Shoulders are stacked over our wrists. Fingers are spread wide. And then exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out, breathe here. You can let your hips go side to side. We're gonna really stretch our side body today, this morning. So bring your feet out nice and wide as your mat. And take your right hand, either let it reach to your left thigh or your left ankle, and then take your gaze under your left arm. A little downward dog twist here. And then release that with the feet still wide, peel out into a high plank. Just getting a little bit of blood flow back to our heads for a moment. And then exhale, downward facing dog. And let's twist it over to the right. So take your left hand and reach for the outside of your right leg, wherever it goes. And take your gaze under your right arm, keeping your hips in line. And then release that. Bring feet to neutral here, hips distance apart. And let's peel forward into high plank. And then drop the knees down. Pick the feet up, point the toes. Shoulders are back, elbow creases are forward. Exhale, squeeze the elbows into your sides as you lower all the way to the mat. And then bring the feet down. And bring the feet out wide. Come out onto fingertips. And inhale, little baby cobra, lift up. Roll the shoulders around. And then exhale down. Inhale, peel back up. Take a look over your right shoulder, over your left shoulder. And then exhale down and bring your feet hips distance apart. Tuck the toes, hands next to your low ribs. Lift up through tabletop and into downward facing dog. And inhale, shift forward, high plank. Drop the knees down, lift the feet up, and chaturanga. Inhale, lift up baby cobra. You can take the fingertips out wide or keep them next to your side. Exhale down, come through tabletop and into downward facing dog. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, peel forward, high plank. Exhale, knees down, toes up. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, maybe take a full upward facing dog this time. Your shoulders are back. Neck is long, kneecaps are lifted. Really press your feet into the mat and navel to spine. And then drop the knees down or roll over all 10 toes, meeting back in downward facing dog. And let's tiptoe all the way to the top of our mat. Heel toe the feet out wide. And let's lift up halfway and clasp your hands behind your back and reach them for the back of the room. Spine is long, micro bend in the knees. And then exhale, fold forward, releasing those hands behind your back. Still clasped though. Inhale, halfway lift. And switch fingers, other thumb on top, reach the arms back, big inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Breathe here. If your shoulders are tight, don't let them fall too far. And then release the hands down. And let's go ahead and bring the feet out a little bit wider. Bend the left knee, plank the left hand down, and twist open to the right. Reach the right hand nice and high. Breathe here. And then reach that top arm over your ear, reaching for the front of the room. And then release it to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Spine is long, flat back. Exhale, fold. Then the right knee, place the right hand down. Twist open to the left. And then reach that top arm over your ear, reaching to the front. And then exhale, drop it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And bend the knees, roll all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach the hands high, bring the feet towards each other, toes touch, slight space between the heels. Bring your pointer fingers to touch, and take a small, solid back bend like we did in camel, reaching the hands towards the back of the room. And then come back up to neutral and bring the hands to heart center. Roll the shoulders back, navel to spine. Find your balance here, shifting forward, side to side. Finding your center, getting nice and rooted. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide, up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, leaning out with the chest, releasing the neck left. Inhale, halfway lift, spine is long, micro bend in the knees. Exhale, fold and hold here just for a moment here. Maybe lasso the big toe, bring the feet out about hips distance apart. And lasso the toes with your peace fingers. You can just get a little grip underneath your big toes. Bring the elbows out wide and fold forward. I like to shift side to side and find a little bit of movement everywhere I am. Maybe move your neck around, shake your head yes and no. Inhale, halfway lift. Release the hands, and let's step back the right foot. Coming into a lunge here, pausing for a moment. And then let's drop the knee down. And go ahead and kickstand that foot out again, coming up into warrior two. We are totally on the ground doing warrior two. It's your practice, you're at home. If you want to stand up, you totally can. And let's reverse warrior. So you can bring your right hand to your hip, reach the left hand nice and high towards the back of the room, or if you feel ready, reach the right hand all the way to the mat. Front leg is still bent. Open up. And then inhale, slowly come back up, coming into an extended side angle here. Left forearm, left thigh. Reach the right hand high. Maybe you reach it over your ear. If you feel ready, you can reach the left hand to the mat. Maybe sink in the hips a little bit further down. Just make sure that front knee does not go past your toes. Wanting it to kind of stay stacked over that front ankle. Inhale, come up through center. Let's reverse one more time. And then exhale, windmill it all the way down. Kickstand that, or bring that back foot back to neutral. Lift up and step back to high plank. Option to keep the knees up this time or drop them down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out. And then inhale, lift your heels up as high as they can go. Melt your chest towards your thighs. Exhale, bend the knees. Hips are high. Look to the top of your mat and maybe step or hop or tiptoe all the way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. I'm going to turn the other way so I can be facing you. All right, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot back this time. Pause and lunge here. And then drop the knee down, kickstand that foot out, and come up into a warrior two on the ground. Chest is nice and broad. Relax the shoulders down. And inhale, reverse. Option to bring the left hand to your hip or drop the left hand on the mat and open up the side body. Reach the top arm behind you. Inhale up through center and exhale, extended side angle. Right forearm to right thigh, reach the top arm over. Option to bring the right hand to the mat and sink it down a little bit lower. Inhale, reverse one more time. And exhale, windmill it down. Turn that back foot back neutral, lift the back knee up, and step back to high plank. Option to drop the knees down. Exhale, chaturanga, squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out. Time check real quick. And let's make some ocean type waves with our body flowing in and out of high plank and downward facing dog. So rolling forward into high plank with a cat-like spine. Nice and slow. And then take your gaze forward. And then bend the knees. Exhale, send the hips up into downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, bend the knees, make your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, rounding the back. Exhale, downward facing dog one more time. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here for just a moment. And let's lift the right leg high for three-legged dog. Hips are nice and square, shoulders are square, and then open up the hips, stack them, bend the top knee, and make some big, big circles. Breathe here. And then straighten that back out. Inhale, peel forward, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Square the hips off first. And then open them up. Stack the hips, bend that top knee, make big circles. Releasing any tension in the hip. And square it back off and release it down. And let's tiptoe all the way to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. So now that we've got our side body, our chest, nice and open and a little bit loose, we're going to take a quad stretch, not necessarily full dancer pose unless you would like to. But we're going to challenge our balance early this morning and get a little bit more stretch here. So when you're ready, go ahead and shift all of your weight into your left foot and just lift the right foot off the mat. Hovering it, feeling nice and rooted, navel is pulled into the spine. That's your powerhouse where you get stable. And then when you're ready, kick that right foot to your booty and then maybe reach the right hand around, grabbing the inside of your foot. And then from here, keep your hand where it is and then tuck the hips under a little bit more, feeling more of a quad stretch. If you would like to, you can come into full dancer pose. I'm not going all the way. And exhale, release it down. And let's come into a yogi squat. So feet are out nice and wide, toes are out, and sink the hips down. Chest is lifted. You roll the wrist around. In yoga, we're on our wrists a whole lot, not on our hands. Press the back of the arms into the inner thighs and lift up just a little bit. And then release the hands down, lift the hips up, and heel to the feet back towards each other. And let's roll all the way up to standing. And let's take it to the other side. Go ahead and root down into that right foot and hover the left foot off the mat. Whenever you feel nice and rooted, take the left foot to your booty and then grab the inside of your foot with the left hand. And try to keep that left knee still right under your hip and not letting it splay out to the left. And then holding your foot in towards your booty, tuck the hips under. And if you'd like to take dancer pose, you can take it as far as you want to go. Hips are square. I'm definitely just getting a quad stretch here. And let's release it down. Come into a wide-legged forward fold here. So legs are out nice and long, parallel the feet, and just release the neck down here. Maybe sway side to side. And breathe here. And with our hips square, place the left palm down in front of your face and twist open to the right. Reach the right hand high. And then if you'd like to take a little bind here, reach the right hand behind your back. You can also just place that hand on your hip. And then for another extra twist, a little core challenge, take that bottom hand, either hover it here or reach it over to the right. And then release both hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, coming to the other side. Place the right palm down. And inhale, twist to the left. Try to keep the hips neutral. If you'd like to take the bind, turn the hand facing the thumb towards the back and drop the hand arm behind you, or take it to your hip. And then for that extra twist, take the bottom arm and reach it towards the left. Across your body. And then release it down, heel to the feet back towards each other. And roll all the way up to standing. And roll the shoulders back. All right, and let's go ahead and come onto our backs. Bring the knees in towards your chest and rock side to side. Let's take a happy baby. So bring the feet out wide, grab your big toes with your peace fingers, Bend the elbows, bend the knees, drawing the elbows towards the mat. And then bring the knees back together. And then plant the feet on the mat and make your way onto one side, hanging out there like you're hanging out on the couch, watching TV. And slowly lift up to a comfortable seated position. Crisscross applesauce, or you can come to kneeling, wherever you want to go. And roll the shoulders back. And bring your hands to your forehead, your third eye center, your center of intuition. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. The light in me honors the light, the love, the beauty, the joy, and the peace in each and every one of you. Namaste.